Hey bays, welcome back. It is your girl Mari Smith, and this is my curly to straight routine. I've done these videos a few times in the past, so I'm gonna be honest, I try to switch it up, but I had to go back to basics. So I'm just giving you guys a refresher on how I do my curly to straight routine. I know it's been a minute, I can't think of how long I've been curly, but hey, I'm going back straight because Mother's Day is this weekend. Is my first Mother's Day, and yes, I do believe in celebrating Mother's Day while you're pregnant because I'm a mother. Okay, so I'm celebrating Mother's Day, and I just wanted to have my hair straight. I wanted something different, new. Like I've been curly for like a month and a half, which ain't that long, but yeah, I'm ready for the switch up, and this is kind of like the benefit of being a curly straight natural. So let me show you my silk press routine and how I get it done with minimal heat damage. So the only thing I have in my hair right now is the botana oil. This brand was so nice enough to send it to me. I will link it down below. And I only just kept that oil in my hair for the last few days, mainly because my hair ends were really bad, and botana oil really helps with breakage and stuff like that. And that's another reason why I wanted to straighten my hair. I really wanted to do a little bit of trim, and I don't trust myself like cutting my hair while it's curly, especially because I do wear my hair straight, and a curly haircut and a straight haircut is two different things. Okay, so yeah, I just took my hair out them twists. I'm kind of doing like a little finger detangling, but I'm about to go ahead and get myself in the shower. So I know that some girls like to wash their hair in the sink. Me, it's just easier for me to do it in the shower. I think the longer my hair gets, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it in the sink, but it's just easier for me to do it in the shower. I've been doing it in the shower my whole life, and I don't mind going back between hot and cold water. I know some people might be like, nah, I can't do it, but me, I don't care. So I'm going to start off with the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle shampoo. This shampoo has tea tree, eucalyptus, and mint in it. I mainly use it on my scalp, and it says tea tree tingle, and it does like kind of like tingle your scalp. But I love using this as a scalp shampoo, mainly on my scalp, because it just feels like since I've been using the shampoo, I used to use it back in the day like years ago, and I stopped, but since I went back using it, I just noticed a huge difference with dandruff, and my scalp just feels completely clean. And honestly, y'all, this shampoo was only $3.99. Like I said, I used to use this back in the day, like back in like 2016, and I stopped, so I definitely had to go back to it, and I love the results that it's been giving my scalp, making it feel all nice and clean. But I'm not going to stop there. I just focus on my scalp when it comes to that shampoo. And then I'm going to be going in with the Design Essentials Honey Cream shampoo. This is good for moisturizing, a detangler, and it's a natural conditioning shampoo. This is where I focus more on my hair shaft, which I know y'all thinking like, what's, you doing your scalp and then you're doing your hair shaft. Yeah, girl, like I make sure to shampoo my hair multiple times. I also feel like that helps with, once again, my scalp health, and I've just been curly for so long, so of course I've been using thick creams, leave-in conditioners, and when I'm going straight and doing a silk press, I have to make sure my hair is completely clean. But as I'm using the shampoo, I am making sure that I am like trying to get every strand, breaking away the hair, like detangling the hair, and just bringing all of that good stuff down. Okay, down. Some people just focus on their scalp, but I've researched and I learned how much important it is to like actually wash the hair shaft of your hair, especially when you've been curly for so long and you're using like creams like on the hair shaft and doing finger twisting and stuff like that. Y'all gotta clean the hair shaft of your hair. Last but not least, I'm gonna be using the Bond. I forgot what it's called, but it's a Not Your Mother's bonding shampoo. I like to use this mainly on the ends of my hair, but also the hair shaft. I feel like I've been using this shampoo specifically when it comes to my going straight routine for the last 3 or 4 years. And I feel like this shampoo, like I've tried to stay away from the shampoo and try other shampoos, but I don't know, it's something about this shampoo that I feel like because of the bonding treatments that is in the shampoo, it just completely helps my hair. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but I love it. And yeah, girl, I do 3 shampoos. Don't judge me, judge your mama. I feel like that's how I know my hair is completely clean. And I've kind of like covered all bases with the scalp, the moisturizing, and adding a little bit of a bonding treatment, especially because I'm going to be going straight. So after I make sure all of the shampoo is completely rinsed out, I'm going to go with the Bond Building Curl Talk Not Your Mother's conditioner. That's what it's called. It had popped up on the screen a little too fast. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in with that matching conditioner. Once again, I just love this conditioner for going straight. I've tried other conditioners for going straight, and I feel like this just keeps my hair held up over time as it's straight. Like the other conditioners, I still see split ends after the fact that I've cut them, or my hair just doesn't last. And I love this conditioner. So I'm going to go ahead and pin my hair up, and then I'm going to go ahead for my steam treatment with my hair mask. I'm using an OG right here, which is the Mielle Rosemary Mint hair mask. It's a strengthening hair mask. Now I know some of y'all girlies have been saying that Mielle organics make y'all hair fall out, all this other stuff. I haven't really seen that big of a difference, thankfully. But I've really just been using the hair mask. I think it was like specific products that you girls were saying. But I just use the hair mask. Once again, I love a good mint anything when it comes to my hair. I love the Tingle. It has rosemary, and rosemary is good for hair growth. I just love it. With the hair mask, I am going to be generous. Okay, generous. I don't know. When it comes to conditioners and hair masks, I just feel like it's never enough. But that could just really be a toxic trait of being a curly girl. But yeah, I'm literally going to make sure that I am applying it on every single strand from root to tip, girl. Okay? Because this silk press has to eat. Okay? Because once it's straight, what am I going to do? I don't want to keep putting heat on it to keep like getting it straight. So making sure that it is covered from root to tip is very, very important to me. But and even if I have to go back to certain sections to like make sure that it's covered and set, I will. So this is my face steamer that I've been using for my hair. This specific one, I do have an actual hair steamer. This specific one, I just focus on the scalp of my hair because it has like actual water in it. I feel like it helps me with moisture, like adding a little bit extra moisture to my hair. And because my hair has kind of like been out of the water a little bit, it's like kind of like reopening my pores of my hair, or the shaft of my hair. So I do this for like 10 minutes before I actually use my actual hair steamer. But I've been doing this for what, 2 or 3 years, and since I've been doing this, like the hair steaming step, I've noticed a big difference. And the girl who typically does my straight hair, when I do go straight, she uses a hair steamer, so I just picked up this little thing from her. I ran out of hair bags, so if you do not have like a plastic cap, just use a shopping bag. So this is my actual hair steamer. I don't do the full 30 minutes. I do about 20-25, but 30 minutes is the shortest amount of time. And I set it on the highest heat, which is 10. And I just sit under that, for 20 minutes. I usually be on my phone or be on the phone, talking to my mama, doing whatever. But after I take the cap off my hair, I just, like, as you can see, the hair mask has absorbed, and I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out with cold water. So starting the blow dry, these are the tools that I use for the blow dry. I use like a round brush, a wig brush, a wide tooth comb, and hair clips, and I always use heat protectant. Okay, when it comes to adding any type of heat on my hair, I am very adamant about the heat protectant. I don't know, I believe this heat protectant is pretty good. I've been using it since I was young, and my curls still be popping, so I feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do. So it has to be, because I feel like I don't have heat damage when I might have minimal heat damage, but that's because, well, y'all gonna see in a while why I think I have heat damage when I do it. But at the same time, my curls come back pretty good every time I straighten my hair and go back curly. But I'm gonna spray this heat protectant all through my hair from root to tip. And then this is something new that I have been doing when it comes time, like when it comes time for me to blow dry, I've been splitting my hair in half instead of doing the 3 sections that I used to do. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's completely fine if you're new to the channel. But I've been like straining, like parting it down the middle and just doing smaller sections that way, and doing halves at a time, like 1/2 at a time when it comes to my hair. I don't know, it just, I've realized that it's a little bit faster than me doing like 3 or 4 sections individually. But yeah, so I'm splitting my hair down down the middle, and then I'm gonna be taking smaller sections to blow dry. I do also like to re-wet my hair before I blow dry, so just a little bit, like, because my hair does dry pretty fast. Not completely dry, but it do start to dry, and I just feel like I get a better result when it comes to straightening my hair when my hair is still mostly wet rather than it being damp. So yeah, moving on to the actual technique when it comes to blow drying my hair. And I had to take that like whole thing off because it was annoying me. I am going to use a little bit of a bonding oil from the Bond Bar. It is a Sally's brand. My homegirl works at Sally's. She's the store manager there, so she gifted me this oil. I am going to use a little bit of that on my ends, even though I am going to end up clipping them later. But I don't know, I really like this oil. So I do use that before I actually go in with blow drying. And I do like to comb it out a little bit, just because it makes the blow drying like a lot easier than me trying to like do another detangle while the heat is a lot. But let me actually show you the technique that I like to use when it comes to blow drying my hair. So after I feel like it is like kind of brushed through or combed through, I take my round brush and do like a little brush through before turning the actual blow dryer on. I ain't gonna lie, I do turn my blow dryer on high settings, just because I feel like it just makes it easier, where I only have to do 1 or 2 swipes to get it blow dried. And then I make sure that this blow dryer is pointing down. This has been a life changer. Before, I used to just point the blow dryer at my hair. No, I point this boy in a downward direction. I feel like it closes my hair shaft and seals my hair shaft, and I feel like that is what's been giving me my silky texture when it comes to my silk press. So after I do the round brush, then I go in with my wig brush, just because the wig brush is just a little bit more easier for me. I'm not that great with my round brush, so I just do the same technique when it comes to my wig brush. And yeah, that's pretty much how I do my blow drying. Making sure that it's pointing in a downward mood. I'm looking at my ends like, yep, these boys need to get cut. And yeah, as you can see, it's pretty darn straight. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry the rest of my hair and let you guys enjoy. Okay, so both sides are completely blow dried. I go ahead and run my hair through my roots just in case I need to do any more like brush throughs, because sometimes, obviously when you're doing it yourself, sometimes you can kind of, your roots might still be damp, and it's okay. So I just go with the brush and just, once again, still pointing that blow dryer in a downward like direction, and I just go through and brush and, you know, blow dry it. So after that is all said and done, and I feel like my hair is good and blow dried, I do like to take a photo of the back of my head just to see how my ends are looking, because I can see the front but I can't see the back. So I do set my phone up and just take a photo of like what my hair looks blow dry, just to see if my ends are see-through, and thankfully it's not as bad as I be thinking in my head. Like, I don't know, I be thinking of the worst case scenario. But it's fine, it's fine. So now let's start. It's time to get into like the actual flat iron. So y'all seen that temperature, 395. I know that might be high, but I'm gonna go back in with heat protectant. And I feel like a reason why I might have heat damage sometimes, or heat damage areas in my hair, is probably because of the temperature, one, and two, I am more straight than I am curly throughout the year. The beginning of this year, I don't know, like if I told y'all this, probably in my curly chit chat video, I told y'all I was straight for like the whole first 2-3 months of the year. Like, I was just going back to back to back to back. So I think that's what gives me the heat damage, not necessarily like me straightening it once. If I was to go straight then curly for a while and then straight, if I was to do it like that, it probably would help. So I'm trying to get back to that. But the same way that I blow dry my hair is pretty much the same way that I do my flat iron process. And I do like the chase method with a rat tail comb. Once again, since I've been doing this method for the last, I don't know, girl, like the last 10 years almost, I feel like this has made a huge impact and a huge difference in my hair than when I used to just like do a regular flat iron. I feel like me doing the chase method with the rat tail comb, it not only like helps me like get every strand to like flat iron and make sure that it's detangled, but I also feels like it allows me to only have to flat iron it once, or, you know, run it through once or twice at the most, but I don't have to like constantly keep trying to make it straight. Once again, I'm not a hairdresser, so I don't know the science behind why it works. I just know that it works for me. So if you guys want to try this, if your flat iron method is not getting as silky pressy as you want to, try this method. Try the chase method with a old school, old fashioned rat tail comb. So y'all can see how silky this is. Look at that. Look how it just lays. Them ends is bad though. Oh Lord, them ends is bad, but it's fine. So I'm gonna give y'all like a little extra tip on how I clip my ends when my hair is straight, because I obviously cannot like see the back of my head. As I'm straightening it section by section, I take a good look at it. I get my trusty my trusty scissors, which these are new. I literally have only used them twice, and I keep them in a pouch to keep them sharp. But I go with my scissors and I just snip, snip. I do like to keep a towel in the sink to try to catch the hair so they don't go down the drain and clog my drain. But yeah, as I'm like flat iron each section of my hair, I'm clipping my ends, and I don't do like a big chop. I do like probably like a ½ inch. I would say this, I have done an inch before, like an inch before. And it's just, I just be like, it is what it is. I'd rather healthy hair than long and unhealthy hair. And I know y'all probably thinking like, how do you keep your hair even? My hair grows in a V. So sometimes I have my husband come behind and just do like a little trim across the back just to like help me straighten it out a little bit more. But my hair grows in a V, and I have layers in my hair. So truthfully, it's never going to be like a straight line. It's never going to be. But go ahead and enjoy this time lapse of me and straightening my hair, and look at that growth. Ooh, love it. Okay, honey, and we are done. We are done. Now, after I didn't clip my ends, it is best practice to like add a little bit of, hydration to them ends. I know you probably shouldn't go through with a flat iron, so do as I say, not as I do. But after I clip my ends, I do like to go in back with that bonding oil to kind of seal those ends back up. That's why you kind of see me like, running my fingers through my hair as well. But this is the final result. Silky, pressed, smooth. I'm loving the results. All in all, I think I started around 9:30, 10, and I think I finished around 2:30. So it does take me like 4.5 hours. But that's to be expected because it's me doing my own hair. But look at the movement, look at the shine. Okay, I would say, baby, I haven't noticed like any tremendous hair growth since being pregnant, but I can say that my hair does feel thicker. So I don't know if that is from me being pregnant, possibly, because they do say like taking the prenatals, your hair does like grow or does become thicker. And I have been like clipping my ends a lot, so maybe that's why I cannot tell how like long it's gotten, but I can definitely tell it's thicker and fuller for sure. But the hair is moving, it's bodying it. I love it. So definitely stay tuned for the next video, because I do want to show you guys how I like to keep my hair curled when it's straight without using heat. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and watching me film myself and kind of giving myself a little quick mommy makeover. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.